All right, what is up, everyone? Brandon here with a celebration video. We're a week away from celebration now. So I don't even know what this title of the video is going to be. It's basically going to be a autograph planning. I'm going to go over like my supplies and what I use, some photos I have I'm going to take to get signed, go over like the guest list, little do's and don'ts for amateurs, kind of. In no way am I a professional in autograph collecting. Like to think I am, but mostly everything that I've learned has been just through the different groups that I'm a part of on Facebook and what other people's comments and advice have been. So that's kind of what I'm just going to share on here as I go through some of the photos that I need to pack to take to celebration next week. But first, so I got to pull up on my computer the different guests that are going to be there. And I think right now it's on my phone, but I have about 14 autographs scheduled. Of course, multiple from different people. And I'll go over that as I do the guest announcements, or the reading of the guests that are attending celebration next week. But first off, we have Amy Allen, which played Ayla Secura in the prequels. Anthony Daniels, C-3PO, of course. He also was in Solo. Ashley Eckstein, Ahsoka. Billy Lord, which was in the sequels. Carrie Jones, Chris Stanson from Book of Boba. Carl Weathers, Grief Karga. Daniel Logan, young Boba Fett. D. Bradley Baker. Dickie Beer, which was he was a stunt double for Boba Fett in Return of the Jedi. Emily Swallow, the armorer from The Mandalorian. Ewan McGregor, which was a huge announcement. Giancarlo Esposito, Moff Gideon, forgive me on the last name. Ian McDermott, Emperor, of course. Jet Lucas, who was in the prequels, the son of George Lucas. Jonas Sotamo, Chewbacca in the sequels, Solo. Katie Sackhoff, Bo-Katan. Katie O'Brien, which was from Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Kelly Marie Tran. Kevin Thompson, who was an Ewok in Return of the Jedi. I think he's in the new Kenobi series as well. I think they pointed out. I think that was him. Margot Apostolos, who was also an Ewok. Again, forgive me on the last name. Matt Lanter, voice of Anakin. He was in The Mandalorian Season 1. Michelle Ang, who's the voice of Omega. Omid Abtahi, Dr. Pershing from The Mandalorian. Orly Shoshain, Shakti from the prequels. Rupt Friend, who is the Grand Inquisitor in Kenobi. He was the last guest announcement last week. Sam Witwer, voice of Maul and a bunch of other characters. Tamora Morrison, Boba Fett and Jango. And last is Tim Rose, Admiral Akbar. So those are the autograph and photo op attending guests. Now, who I have booked, right now I have Anthony Daniels. I got 2 for Ashley Eckstein. I got 1 that we're going to go over here. It's going to be a trio with D. Bradley Baker. So I have 1 of D. I got 2 Billy Lords. I'm going to have a single sign. And if they keep the same amount of photos that they had for the pre-orders, they had under Kelly Marie Tran, they had a duo with Billy Lord and Kelly Marie Tran, their 2 characters together. So if I can plan it out right and they have the image, I'd like to get Kelly and Billy on that one. I don't have Carrie Jones booked yet. Looking to get him. Let's see. Ewan McGregor, I have 3. 3 tickets, and I got my 3 images with me, so I'm taking those and we'll go over those, because those are, I think, going to be my biggest images that I'm going to get signed on the weekend. I also have a photo op with Ewan. I also have a photo op with Anthony. Ian McDermott, I have, I think, 1 ticket already, and I got a photo op with him. I don't have Jet Lucas purchased yet, but I'm definitely probably going to get him. The ones that I plan on getting, Amy Allen, Jet Lucas, and Orly, those are attending all 4 days, or at least 3, and they're probably not going to sell out. So if there's downtime in a day after all my autographs and photo ops are done, or if it's a large gap in between and we're just kind of wandering, and if they're signing at the time, definitely pick those up. Jonas, I got 1 that we'll go over later. 1 of him. Again, Kelly Marie Tran. I'm contemplating a Matt Lanter. I have an image from The Mandalorian I like to get signed right now, up in the air. Rupert Friend, I plan on getting. He's only there Saturday and Sunday, so I probably should jump on that. Sam Witwer, I need him to complete a duo photo that we'll go over later. Tamara Morrison, I got 3 of him. He's sold out. Actually, I think they added a Thursday. He's there Friday. He was there Friday and Saturday, and only signing Fridays. We have a photo op with him on Saturday, so I got 2 for Friday, but then they opened up a Thursday. I can't remember if I switched them to Thursday and got another one. I know I have 3, but he might be sold out now, or he might still be available. You'd have to check. Let me see if I can check. View profile. Here we go. Alrighty. And again, all of the autograph tickets and photo op tickets are through Epic Photo Ops. And Official Pics is handling the autograph haul. Let's see. Tamara Morrison. They added him on Thursday. Photo ops are sold out for Friday and Saturday. And autograph tickets are sold out for Friday. And this is as of Monday, May 16th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's doing a duo team-up photo with Daniel Logan. That's the actual photo op we got, was Tamara Morrison and Daniel Logan. That's the duo photo op that we got. Those are all available Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as of the time and date I just said. I mean, as for the guest list, you're always looking for more. Chicago had 60 or so guests. I think Anaheim is about to have 30, maybe 29, around that area. So about half of what we had last celebration. Tamara Morrison had to cancel in 2019, so I know I had tickets for him then, but he had to cancel for filming purposes, so I wasn't able to get him then. We'll definitely get him this time. Ewan McGregor, his first celebration, his first convention in general. I know he was scheduled to do I think a 2020 convention with Hayden, which they eventually had to cancel, and we did a send-in, and that's where I got my first ones. If you watch the collection video updates, you'll see those there. But if we just had Hayden, it would have been like, to me, that would have been the perfect celebration list, because you could have done a Ewan and Hayden photo op. You could have done a Ewan, Hayden, and Ian photo op. You know, there was a lot of possibilities there, so I'm not sure why Hayden would have been there, especially with Kenobi. You know, I don't want to talk bad about Official Pics, but you know, that was kind of a ball dropped on them by them. So that's the guest list right now, and probably the final guest list. They did add an after event at, I think it's the Marriott which is connected, I think, to the convention center in Anaheim. They added a bunch of different actors. They did a lot of voice actors from the Clone Wars. I know Ashley Eckstein's gonna be there. Some sequels, guess. So this is all on the Epic Photo Ops website. You can find it through StarWarsCelebration.com. But Ewan McGregor is completely sold out of photos and autographs right now. If they're going to open any more, not sure. So that right now is my current schedule, a week out. So let's go into what you could do to prep for Celebration. So if you're taking anything, you should always have a game plan. Let's see here. So I got this little handy dandy thing that came in my Celebration bag that I've been putting patches on for the past 2 years. So in this, I have all of my pens that I'm taking, Sharpies, notepads. If you're bringing anything, you should definitely have, and this can go towards send-ins, if you're doing a send-in with like SWAU, or official pics does send-ins too. If you're sending in anything, you should always label your photos, your placement on where you want it on the image, the pen color that you would want. I guess that's mainly the two things that you want to put on a post-it note on your image. And you want to get the post-it note brand. This is a tip from one of the groups. Post-it, the brand leaves less, if not any, residue from the sticky part on your image, whereas an off-brand post-it note might leave a little sticky residue or imperfections on your images. So that is something I learned through one of the autograph collecting groups. Another thing, with official pics, they're only doing 8x10 photos at the guest tables. So a lot of the images that I don't have, I'm taking, that I'm not taking, I'm going to be getting an 8x10. Hey, Chief. 8x10 image at the guest table. Now, unfortunately, they do have the Celebration logo in one of the bottom corners, which I am not a huge fan of. That is one thing I'm kind of upset about. Tops's image, in the bottom it had Topps Authentic, and then in the other corner it had Star Wars. Very minimal, very small, and it didn't really stand out. But these one, they're doing, it actually says Star Wars Celebration 2022. I'm not sure if it says Anaheim on it, but it's kind of like a stamp. So Official Pics has done it in the past. It's unfortunate that, that's, to me, that not the best option for photos. So, yeah. Another thing, plan out your colors that you want them signed in. And also, make sure if you want a specific pen color or a specific type of pen, to bring it. I got a bunch of Deco color paint pens off Amazon. These are the broad line. I know a lot of people use medium, so that was a mix-up on my end. This is kind of the median size. I did open up a duplicate broad, so I'll show you the difference. Really, there's no difference. This bottom line is the broad. This is the medium on the top. So I'm hoping that it's not a big deal. And if it's a mess up on my part, then at least I know in the future. But plan out your colors, okay? Now I have my two Ewans need a very specific blue, and we'll go over this later. But so one is my trio image, the prequel trio. I have Natalie and Hayden on it. Natalie is in gold. Hayden is in light blue. Now, Ewan has to be in light blue to match Hayden, or it would just kind of throw off the whole image. Same goes for another duo I'm getting. Hayden's already on it. He's in red, and Ewan would just look silly in silver or gold. You know, I color-coded Hayden in red for dark side, and Ewan would have to be a light blue to make the whole image pop, in my opinion. So I got 2 light blues, and the same broad deco. 2 light blues, just in case. You know, you should always have a backup in case one doesn't work. But the reason to bring your own pen, especially Sharpies, you know, I got a whole new pack of metallic Sharpies. Here they are. Silver, bronze, and gold. I don't think I'll probably ever use bronze in a photo, but silver and gold. Just for an example, a signer, your ticket could be for later in the day, and that signer could be signing for 2, 3, 4, even maybe 5 hours. They're not gonna switch out the pens every image sign. They're not gonna say, here, use a new pen. So it's not gonna be a brand new pen. If it comes to you, when it comes to your turn, it's not gonna be a brand new pen. It's gonna be used. It could be dried out, and you know, the signature could be not as bold. It could have streaks, something of that nature. So you always want to be prepared. Bring your own, especially on a Tamara Morse image that I'm hoping that their pre-sale or their pre-order send-ins images are going to be about the same, because I got this lime green or light green, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know the color name on it. Light green, lime, light. And I think this would look best. It's the Mandalorian Boba Fett, where he's got his freshly paint, and they got forestry in the back. So I think this across his black tunic would look great. So I got that. Ashley, she usually has orange paint pen. She uses them on basically anything. I've always seen good things about Ashley and her signings. I know a lot of people get orange. I still picked up an orange because you never know. Always also prep these. If you're getting paint pens, prep them in line. Even if you're using Sharpie. You know, okay, this is going to be two tips in one. Have a test image. So I ordered I printed off some photos on Shutterfly. First batch, there was one image, you know, creased in the corner, so I messaged them. They sent out another batch, which came even more creased. But have a test image. So this is an image that I'm going to get Ewan to sign. This is the Entertainment Weekly magazine image, just without all the text. This is going to be my test image for this image. And it's just probably going to test this pen, which is going to be used for all 3 images I'm having signed at the time. Have a test image so that you can work all the paint. I think you got to like pump the top, and you got to press it against the something hard to get the paint moving. But then you don't want to just have it a little paint at the tip. You want the paint to be full so that the signature is full, non-streaked, and bold. So you want to have a test image so that you can test your pen. This is another test image I'm going to be using for Jonas. Exact same image. I still don't know which color I'm going to get it signed in. This is kind of going with, I have Amelia Clark on same type of promo image. It just says Cure on it and it has her character. So that's signed in gold. Gold? Gold or silver paint pen. Fine paint pen. So it would probably have to be across the body. And again, we'll go over this when I pull this image out. But this would be an image I would need to test. You know, would I test white? Would I test the gold? Anywhere, maybe even dark green, you know, probably not red, but yeah. I also do have these extra fine gold and silvers. This gold, I have an unopened gold that I'll be taking. This silver, I tested the silver and it works pretty good still. So those I'm taking. But yeah, have a test image. So we got the bring your own colors. Another thing, I'm not sure how everyone collects their images, but portfolio. This is Itoya art portfolio. This is an 8.5 by 11. So you should always have a penny sleeve. I don't know if they actually call, I know for trading cards they call them penny sleeves, but this is like a loosely fits 8 by 10s. So how I store them is I put the image in this penny sleeve, and then I put it in this 8.5 by 11 portfolio. They also have an actual 8 by 10 if you just want to slide them in. I think it's like the same material on these pages. That's this, but this just gives it an extra protection. If you don't have one of these, you can use a top loader, but those are not permanent housing for your autograph. I would recommend at least getting these. If you don't get anything for your autographs at the event, get these. I think this is like $7 on Amazon for 50 sleeves. Take this, put your autograph in a sleeve, and if you don't have any top loaders, I know in Chicago there was a vendor right outside of the autograph hall that was selling top loaders of a lot of sizes. 8 by 10, 11 by 14, sometimes even bigger. I think I even got a bigger one for the 11 by 14 Daisy Ridley and Laura Dern that I picked up at KLF or Cool Waters, one of those vendors. I think it was like 11 by 16 or something. These are great to have. So that if you take anything away, this is one thing that you should have. It protects your images. It's acid free. That is just right here. Acid free. Pack of 50, like $7-8 on Amazon. Probably still have time to get them if you have Prime or Express Ship. I think that's all the tips. So yeah, just kind of have a plan, and we're gonna go over that, kind of what that looks like on these images here. So first off, let me find them. Okay, let me see. And unfortunately, I don't think Official Pix is having an authentication at the table. For Chicago, Topps had their actual authentication sticker that was put on right after the photo was signed, or whatever you brought was signed. The number was already inputted for what was, or I don't think it was a description of the image or the item, but it was, you know, authentication saying signed at date by who. Let's see. Might not even be in this folder. It was not. Let me see. Okay, here's one. You're okay, Chief. Here is the Jonas that I'm taking. It's already penny sleeved up. And inside the folder, I already have the test image. This one wasn't as creased in my, actually looks pretty good. This one's not as creased. I just have it slid in right behind this one in the sleeve. So that's gonna be my test image for this one. So I don't even know how I'm going to do it. I guess we'll just do this. And this is on my phone, so I can't see if I'm in frame or anything. I don't even know what color I want. I guess I could do the placement. All right, this one we're gonna skip because I have no idea. I probably won't even know until I'm in line testing the colors. So here's one. Okay, here's what I was talking about, Ewan McGregor, and I have another test image right behind it. So this is the non-creased one, which it's just got a little nick in the bottom. So this is the actual image I'm getting signed, and I already know it's going to be in light blue. So let me get my handy dandy Post-it note. And pens probably works best. Let me get a pen. All right, how about a fine point Sharpie? All right, so at the top, we're just gonna write his name. McGregor. Okay, and I'm gonna write light blue paint. And at the bottom of the Post-it note, I'm gonna put some arrows. And these arrows is kind of gonna be an area for the signature to be. So this is kind of all I'm gonna write. Ewan McGregor, light blue paint, which I'm most likely just gonna hand to the person at the table to send along with the picture. And then I got these arrows, which is kind of pointing to the general direction I would like the signature in. Some people I know, if they're doing like a large poster, they use painter's tape and they kind of box off where they want their signature to be, especially if they have a bunch around. I know people do that. But then we just slide this image out. So I'm thinking across the body, maybe around his shoulder region. So I'm going to probably write there. So just like this. So down here will be his signature. Ewan McGregor, light paint, light blue paint, below there. He knows. You know, short, simple. Sign across the body, slide it down. Slide it down the table, done. Of course, let it dry. If you're using paint, even with Sharpie, you should always let it dry thoroughly before putting it in a sleeve, especially a top loader. If you put it in a top loader wet still, your signature, you can just basically kiss it goodbye. It's gonna smear. It's not gonna look good. So, and then we just slide it back in, sleeve, boom. Ewan McGregor, right there, signature. Test image, and then I'll put it in my Itoya autograph folder. That might actually be the, oh no, I got another one for Sam. And these come with, SWAU has sent these with the returns that I've gotten. If you have thin, I think I'm going to put them in between the pages just to give it extra support, or so it's not moving around. If it gets bumped in my bag, you know, that's there for extra support. So there's that. Let me see. I don't think there's anything in here. Oh, yeah, we can do these. I think I am going to get another D. Bradley. I got an image in Chicago, signed in blue. Now, another tip that I've seen from autograph collectors, blue, black Sharpies, no bueno. They fade in the sun, no matter what type of UV protected glass you might have, or, you know, if you're gonna display it in the sun or any area that has a window, you're most likely, it's gonna fade over time. So that's why I've switched over to everything with paint, or at least gold or silver Sharpie. So here's an image that I'd like to get with D. Bradley. I'm also thinking light blue for this one to kind of match Captain Rex. Let's see. If you do just like a regular blue, it's kind of like a navy blue, it's really not going to show up in this dark. And I don't have a test image for this. I would have to test it on a darker image that I've already tested with. So I'm going to do D. Bradley. Light blue paint. And the arrows. Now this works for anything flat. You can even do it on 3D if you're bringing a helmet. You can definitely do that. You can do it on posters. This isn't just a 8x10, 11x14 type pre-planning that you can do. So this one I want to cross his body. So I'm gonna post it over his head towards the top so that he gets the signature over his body. Let me see if I have an example of D. Bradley's signature. Let me see. So this is what I got in 2019. This is actually what the logo is gonna look like for Anaheim. Let's see, where is it? There it goes. So it just has, it does have the city. So it might say Anaheim 2022 at the top, and then it says Star Wars Celebration. I think this logo is yellow writing, but I think Anaheim's going to be gray. So this is what I got in Chicago, blue Sharpie. This is my first autograph collecting experience was Chicago. So Kathy Tabor is over here in blue as well. You know, I didn't like any of the images they had for either of them. That's why I picked like the studio shot with the gray background. So that's kind of a signature, just D. Bradley. Or it says D. Baker, actually. Doesn't even say Bradley. So I'm thinking he's going to do it across. If he does it like the double decker like that, it looked fine, but this is what I'm thinking. Across the body, D. Baker. Or if he does D. Baker or something like that. And he might put Rex down there as well. That's another one. And if I pull the trigger on Matt Lanter, this is the image from The Mandalorian. He was the New Republic pilot guard on the prisoner transport, whatever his title was. This one, I'm also thinking light blue. He's got the blue suit. And obviously we can't pick that dark of a blue because it will not show up. So either a dark, I'm thinking a light blue, or it's silver, or white. I'm thinking one of these two because his helmet's white as well. So, oh man, I don't know now. Matt Lanter has a pretty bold signature. Well, it's kind of short. You have no idea if it's in frame. Maybe white. I don't want everything to be light blue. Ewan's getting 3 light blue. That D. Bradley's light blue. I have a Tamara Morrison photo in a silver box right below me that might look good in blue, light blue. But let's see. So I'm gonna put Matt Lanter. And I'll put white. I think that'll look fine. White paint. And so this one, I kind of want it up above his arm, I'm thinking. I don't think there's enough below it, unless it's across his body. So for this one, I'm going to do the arrows on top. And I'm going to put Matt Lanter at the bottom. White paint. So this is a post-it note if you're going to put it at the bottom of the photo. You want it to be above this post-it note, so you want to put the arrows up. You don't want to put your post-it note upside down like this if you have them on the bottom trying to point up. So let me pull this out. I am thinking it's going to be like over this monitor. This monitor in the background. That, like so. So this is Matt Lanter planned out. You got him over here. His face is visible. Then we want it above here, kind of over this screen in the background. White. I might change it to blue. We'll see what day I pick and if I've used the blue a lot more than I thought. Because Amy Allen and Orly, the 2 prequels, Ayla Secura and Shakti, they both have blue lightsabers. So that would be another blue, probably light blue, I'd use for. So there's 2 more. So Matt Lanter's done, right there. And we'll stick it in the To Go to Celebration folder. Matt and D. Bradley. All right. Now I'm just going to browse through my folders to see if I need to take any more, which I know I do. It's in this one. I just need to find it. Here it is. Alrighty, so this one, I do wish it was a different color. Let's see if I have. This is that Kira image that I have Jonas signing the same promo as, so it's in gold right across her body. But his background for Chewie is yellow, so I don't know if that would work as good. I think that is the last one in this folder. Yep. Alrighty, so iconic scene from Rebels. This one I got off Stephen Stanton's website. It's got his authenticity sticker in the back, which is good. You know, I know SWAU puts it in the front, but it would kind of look weird if you just had Stephen Stanton sticker right in the corner. So it's already signed, Ben Kenobi inscribed. So this is going to be Sam Witwer. The only problem, I do wish he signed in light blue. This was, I think I got this before I even started switching over to paint pens. So he signed it in silver, which is this fine silver, I'm pretty sure. So you can't do red for Sam now that Stefan's in silver. So it probably will have to be another silver. But it would have to be probably that thin fine point silver, liquid silver. So I'm going to do Sam. Oh wait, it has to be arrows pointing up because it needs to be in the top. So I'm going to do the arrows at the top of the post-it. I'm going to put fine point, just so I know, silver paint. And then at the bottom, I'm going to write Sam Witwer. Just like that, arrows pointing up, fine point, which to me is this one. If they have it at the table, I highly doubt they will. But it'll be this one. What are you barking at? And then Sam Witwer at the bottom. And then I'm going to put it over Maul's body and kind of center it a little better. Right up there. Now Sam's got a big, big signature. So just like that. Now if he will put Maul, let me see. I know some are charging for quotes or inscriptions. Let's see, Sam Witwer, Sam, here we are. Yeah, so he's charging an additional $25 for a quote. So he probably won't put Maul. Maybe he will. If you're gonna ask for a quote or character name, you can always ask, but make sure you plan it on your sticky note. I'm just gonna put character name Maul, and maybe he will sign it. Do a new one. You never know. A quote, you know, I don't know if it has... It doesn't say if it's a minimum X amount of words or anything like that, or the length it can or cannot be. So I'm gonna put fine point silver paint. Well, so may or may not get the character name to go with Ben Kenobi on that side, but this is updated. Arrows pointing up. I wrote fine point and small, so I know to myself that hey, I need to get my fine point silver paint pen ready. I put character name, and in parentheses I wrote Maul and Sam Witwer at the bottom. Obviously, you know, he knows who he is, I know who he is, but just in case something gets mixed up, or I know if this falls off, I know who or what image needs to go to. So that's ready for Sam Witwer now. And it'll go into the folder. I don't even know how long this video is going to be or how long it's going to upload. So I don't want to cut myself short on the planning for this video, but hopefully it's informative enough for you guys to stay. As for the sequels, I don't think I have anything that needs to get done. No. Nope. All right, so we move on to the 11x14s. Now, if you're going to get a top loader for 11x14s, I know they have an actual 11x14 fitted one. I personally would get the size up, and I got these crystal clear photo bags. These are 11x14. They fit your 11x14 prints right inside. They do have a tape seal that you rip off, and it's sticky. You flip the side down, and your print's enclosed in there. I would get this personally, and then go up a size on the top loader, and just put your prints in here, and slide it in there. Or you can get a Itoya 11x14 portfolio. Now this one actually fits in my backpack this year. I got a bigger, it's actually a fisherman tackle box type backpack. That's actually where I got my container right here. It came with like 4 or 5 of these. So I've been using something like this for ever since I got it. I've had all my pens and supplies in there. So it actually fits my 11x14, so I don't have to worry about rolling anything. I just need to somehow support the inside so that I can put this in there and it's not going to bend the sides or anything, because it just barely fits. So now this is another image that I wanted to get 4 signatures on. It was signed by, from SWAU, the mocap actor for Ahsoka during Season 7 of the Clone Wars. Unfortunately, this is an example of why you need to bring your own pens, because it looks like the pen that she used, I think it's the Silver Sharpie, but you could tell it was running out of ink. And I placed this order before I started doing paint pens, and I would have done a paint pen because if you have Ashley Eckstein up here, voice in orange, you do Sam over here in red, you get Ray Park along the legs in white maybe, and then you could get her in like blue or something like that. But like from far away you can't really even see unless you flick it in the light. It's really not, it's a nice signature, you know, but I don't think it's worthy enough to finish it off. I do have another exact same image, same size from Topps that I got before. I think I got this right from SWAU. So if they do another signing with her, I'll send it in. But for the meantime, I'm going to hold off on that. I could have completed Ashley and Sam on that. Ray Park's not going to be at Celebration, unfortunately. So that'll be a to be continued. Okay, first, Ewan. Now this image is kind of dark. I'm not going to lie. But it's going to be a great duo. So this is from the SWAU signing. Hayden is in red. Red paint. I couldn't even tell you what like paint color it is. I have no idea. But Ewan is going to be up top in, of course, light blue. And the next one will be the actual light blue coloring signed by Hayden that we're trying to match. So it's the sticky note's gonna be over Obi-Wan's body. So we want his signature above his head, since Hayden is in, what is that, the foreground? He's up close. You know, you can't really put it above, to the right, left. It had to be across his body. And Ewan is in the background. So his signature can be bigger on 11x14. If it was a 8x10, it might be different. But 11x14, we have this big real estate up above Obi-Wan to use. So we want light blue paint. Ewan. I don't want to spell his name wrong. McGregor. Okay. And Ewan, I think, is charging for quotes. It is... Well, I'm not sure. He's sold out, so it doesn't even show. So we want Ewan about up top there. So covering his body, we want Ewan above the arrows. Kind of up in the clouds a little bit. But we want it close to Obi-Wan-ish. So I'm just going to move this just above Obi-Wan's head. So that it is close to Obi-Wan. So that is Ewan McGregor number 2. We got the one 8x10. We got this one with Hayden from Revenge of the Sith. Now comes the fun part of gently putting it back. Okay, 1 and... okay. This is gonna be my 1 D. Bradley and 1 Ashley autograph. So this image was signed through SWAU of Katie Stackoff, 11x14. And I got Katie in white. Kind of because her helmet is blue and white. Well, Captain Rex is blue and white as well. But we're going to go back to light blue for Captain Rex. Just keep the trend up. So this one we're going to have the arrows at the bottom. And we're going to put this Post-it note over Captain Rex's body. And we're going to put D. Bradley in light blue paint. Okay, we got D. Bradley right there. And we also are going to add on Ashley Eckstein as Ahsoka. She's to the right of Bo-Katan. So we're going to put arrows at the bottom. And we're going to put, and this is going to be an orange paint. And I do have another ticket for her. I think I'm going to get an 8x10 of Ahsoka walking down the Jedi steps from, I think, what's that, season 5? I think season 5. I know a lot of people get that, but I like that image. And then, I don't want to spell her name wrong. Let's see, Ashley. And then I'm going to put Ashley Eckstein. Make sure you write clearly. Especially for the paint color. The actor's name, I mean, that's just me writing that. You don't have to write that. Make sure you, so that you can read, and if you're doing a send-in, so that the company doing the send-in can read it as well. So this one, I'm going to pick the phone up. So this is going to be the trio. Katie Stackoff in the middle in white. Ashley Eckstein in orange is going to be right here. Then we got D. Bradley in light blue right over here. And then that would complete the piece. Okay. I think we have one more 11x14 to do. And then we'll do this Tamara Morrison image in the silver box. In, and then, okay. So this one is going to be the biggest image that I'll be getting signed at Celebration. Not only the most expensive, but the biggest. This is what the light blue is going to look like over Hayden. That is what we were matching with Ewan on right over his body. We got Natalie up above her character, Padme. In silver paint. So we're going to do arrows at the bottom of the Post-it note. We're going to write Ewan McGregor up top. And in the middle, we're going to put light blue paint. And then, so we want it over his body. Natalie is above her head. Hayden is above is right along his torso, his belt. So we want kind of Ewan to be lined up with Hayden. So we're gonna just stick that Post-it note right over Obi-Wan's face. And that's gonna be the prequel trio image. And as soon as that's done, this image, if it turns out everything that I hoped it to be, it'll be right up next to my favorite autograph with the Harrison Ford images that I got signed through Cool Waters year and a half, 2 years ago. I think that is it for 11 by 14s. Well, let me look at this one. I have a lot of, if Billy D was coming, I would have got this one signed yellow. I know, excuse me, Cool Waters had some of these images on their website, and he signed it in yellow, could match his outfit. Daisy Ridley, if she was coming. I know Official Picks is doing a private signing with her. This one would look good in yellow as well to match her lightsaber. Ewan, maybe a future signing, but it's pretty much basically the same image, just a close-up as the duo that we're getting signed. It's not the clearest quality either, and it's kind of dark. But it's a nice image, you know, don't get me wrong. This would be a good Sam Witwer, James Arnold Taylor duo. Again, James Arnold's not coming. This would be a good Oscar Isaac and, no, Jason Isaac. Oscar Isaac is Poe. Jason Isaac and Freddie Prinze. This would be another good duo. This would be a good Matt Lantern Ashley duo, but the quality is fuzzy. Not the best. That's right off of Tops. You know, for far away, maybe, but not for one you want. So this is an example of a test image. This is what I tested when I sent this image in to SWAU to get Pedro Pascal, Brendan Wayne, and Lateef Crowder, I think is his first name. So this is kind of what your images are going to look like while you're testing them in line. See, I have Deco right here, and this is a Sharpie. So you can see, you know, yellow, red, white, looks good. I got my Sharpie test up here, and I can test if you have an image with light and dark on the same image. That's always best because you can test if it looks better in light or if it looks better in dark, or how each pen, you know, reacts to each shade of darker. If Hayden was coming, this would have been another image I would have got with Hayden signed. This is 4 by 16, I think, from Tops, their widescreen series that they did. I think that's all of the. This is another test that I did for Natalie. Okay, so those are all of the printed images that I have. Just one more thing. Oh, another tip, you should always bring a poster tube. I got this, Chicago. I stopped in at FedEx, CVS, one of the stores that we just passed off of the not the subway, but the railway that they have throughout Chicago City. This is just a 3-inch by 24-inch mailing tube. If you go to any of the big panels, they're gonna give posters away. They're gonna give probably something away. This is always good to have because you never know what you're gonna pick up. If you are bringing 11 by 14, 16 by 20s, posters, anything that you need to roll up or you feel like you would be better off rolling up, this is always good. If you're bringing a lightsaber, if you're flying or anything, this is what we're going to attempt. I asked a bunch of people on Facebook groups. I got this on Amazon for 15 or 20 bucks. This is an extendable poster tube. You can fit anything up to, I think, 42. The blades from Savvy's Workshop and any blades that you get at Disneyland are 32 inches. I think they have the 29 inches as well, the shorter blades. But this can fit, theoretically, 4 blades. This is a 3.5 inch diameter, I believe. 3.5 inch. And it adjusts to 42. The only thing is we're probably gonna have to duct tape this so it doesn't move. We're gonna stick it in another duffel bag type. We're still working out the details. I know a lot of people can carry them on. Phone call. Okay. Hopefully it didn't mess up. I got a low battery and a phone call at the same time. So I'm gonna try to finish this up really quickly. So this is the Star Wars Movie Saga Masterworks Lithographic Print Collection. I got this on eBay, a bundle, years and years and years ago. It's 2005, printed. It's got the letter of authenticity. It's number 3,637 of 8,000. It's signed on behalf of Cards Industry. The CEO, it's signed by him. I think it's just printed on, but the numbering is written on. And it's got images, about 2, 4, 6, 8, about 10 images from the first 6 films. You know, this is before the sequels. So it comes with this. It's got all of the different labeled out. I'll show you. So it's separated into 2. You got the prequels, so we want the prequels. Put this right here. Another guest I wish was announced was the young Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru actors. I know Beru's first name is Bonnie. I think it's Pierce. Uncle Owen is played by Jewel Egerton, and Aunt Beru is played by... Where's the IMBD? There it is. Let's see. It's also the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones, which was their first appearance as Owen and Beru. So the fact that we don't have either of them, Bonnie Piesse, Piesse, Piesse. Forgive me, last names. I feel like we should have had more prequel and Attack of the Clones guess. But this image I would have got signed by them. You know, final shot of Revenge of the Sith on Tatooine with Luke in their arms. That would have been an image I would have got signed by them. So this Masterworks, you know, it's just cardstock kind of photo paper, and it's just got clips from each film. So and it's got a little text at the bottom. This is Invasion of Naboo, and it's got the Trade Federation vulture droids flying over the capital city. This would be another good one for the voice actor of Watto. This one would be a one sign for the voice actor of Sebulba. You know, so it has a lot of good signing potential and opportunity. It's just getting the signer. This one would be good for Ewan and Liam Neeson. If Liam was more easier to come by, that probably would be something I would opt in for Ewan to have signed so that I could get Liam. This one would be good for Ray Park. Then you have basically the whole battle between those three, and you could put them together. You got the end credit. They're the Triumph Heroes. All right, episode 2. Let's see. Okay, here it is. So this is what I'm thinking of getting Tamara Morrison to sign. It says Battle with the Bounty Hunter, and it's got the logo, Star Wars Stack with Clones, Masterworks at the top. And what's good about this is it kind of has some real estate for them to sign, so it doesn't have to be on the image. Now, I'm not quite sure exactly where I would want him to sign. It'd probably have to be like another light blue. But then with this, you could also get a white down here. You know, it's over black. Or you could even do white up here. Or silver, since Django is silver and blue. You know, and it's not regular photo paper. It's not matted at all. It's also not glossy. It's kind of like a stock paper almost. So that's one. Let me see if there's anything else in this stack that could possibly be signed by any guests attending, since now we do have the final guest list. Let's see. Revenge of the Sith. This one would be good for Matthew Wood, who is attending the after party at the Marriott or whatever hotel it is put on by Official Picks. I don't want to damage any of these. If I didn't already have that 11x14 with Hayden on it to get Ewan added, this one I'd probably get. It's kind of a clearer image. I don't know if you can see the quality, but both their faces are clear. This is another good Ewan potential. If Frank Oz ever did a signing. And then Vader. Alright, so that's it for the prequels. Again, I know this video is probably about to go over an hour if it hasn't already. Last I looked, I think it was at like 45, maybe. The only sad thing about this set is they don't have any C-3PO. I would have liked to get Anthony on this because I want to get Anthony in an original trilogy image, since at Chicago I got him on his real face with the 3PO head. Let me make sure this isn't dead. All right, we're at 1 hour and 8 minutes. This is going to take 4 years to upload, so we're going to try to cut this fast. Hope. And this is with special edition edits, so here's Jabba and Han. Again, I'll just start putting my exit of the video in now. If you have any questions, you can definitely comment. I think there's actually one that I wanted to go over really fast. Who commented on the collection video. Really, I was looking for the Emperor, because I wanted to get you. Ian actually has a great image with Palpatine and Anakin. I've never seen the image before. It must have been like a promo image. This one would be a good Warwick. Unfortunately, he's not attending this year. Maybe in the future. But this one right here, I'll probably take for Ian. I don't even know what color that would be in. Maybe gold. And then that's it for the original. But you can always comment in the comment section. You can also follow on Instagram, Mr. Star Wars BW. You can always comment on any of those posts. Oops. You can always comment on any of those posts, and I'll definitely try my best to answer any questions you might have. Again, I'm not a professional in any way, shape, or form. I'm, just trying to pass on everything I've learned so far in this hobby. So before I label these and wrap up the video, let me see if there was a question I could answer from the last video. I don't even know how to log out on here. Oh, switch accounts, okay. And I want to go to YouTube. And there will be more videos coming up, especially during Celebration. I might even try some of these YouTube shorts. I wanted to do them as they were doing announcements for the guests, but I just didn't quite understand how it works. Is it just like an Instagram story where it goes away after a certain time, or a Snapchat story? So, how did I get back to the wrong channel? Switch. Okay. I want to go to... I lost my train of thought. Let me see. While it's loading, I'll write this down. What the heck? All right, I'll just look it up. All right. Turn the volume down so it doesn't play. 4K Media Guy asked the question, when you get an autograph at Celebration, do you have the option to get 11 by 14, or is it always 8 by 10? Also, any tips? This will be my first year going and want to get as many as I can. That's great. 2019 Chicago was my first, and it was the biggest autograph haul that I have had. I actually don't even have a number. I just know our Saturday was a consistent standing in line for autographs, given that Anthony Daniels took about 2 to 3 hours because he walks and talks and all that. I'm hoping that that's not how it is. Hi, Chief. But yes, 8 by 10 is going to be your standard at the table. Now, I don't know if anyone has realized this in the Celebration group when they talk about the sizing at the tables. Make sure I have enough battery. I don't want to stop it. Everyone says, oh yeah, it's always 8 by 10. But that wasn't the case in Chicago. Hayden had 2 or 3 11 by 14 images. That was at his table. I don't know if people just overlooked them because they had their own images. But Hayden was the only one that had 11 by 14s at his Celebration table for Chicago. But that has been confirmed by official picks that 8 by 10 is going to be the size that they're offering. And again, it does have that logo in one of the bottom corners. It might also be at the top if it's horizontal or vertical, whatever this is. It's gonna kind of have, like that. I mean, we saw it earlier in the video. It's gonna be in one of the corners. If it's like this, it might be up here. If the photo is more down here, it's gonna be up here, something like that. So if that's not your thing, make sure you get or print off an image. I print them off on Shutterfly. Their packaging has not been that great. So you might want to try Walgreens or find a printing shop near you. Yeah. So, and of course there's going to be vendors. You might even find an artwork somewhere that you want to get signed. Just look around. And then once you have the image that you want, make sure that you come up with a plan. What color do you want? The placement. Any advice? You want to get as many as you can. That's my exact same thought. I mean, Celebration, I really go for the autographs. That was my first immerse into the autograph world. I just want to make sure that I got a low battery at 10%, so I don't know if it recorded anything. So apologies if it didn't, if it cut out somewhere. But you want to get as many as you can. That's my exact thought, because a lot of these guests Ewan has never done a convention before. He was going to do it in 2020, of course got canceled, but his first Celebration, you know, a lot of these guests are at different conventions and cons around the country and the world even, and they might even be cheaper. I know pretty much every guest has this, they call it a celebration tax. It's a higher increased price for these guests, where it might be $10, $15, even $20 more at Celebration than it would at a local con. But plan out your day. I know Chicago, they had group numbers and times, and you know, that you were supposed to be there, and that worked great. That was very smooth. I know Epic they did it in Chicago, and I know they have the days, and it says time to be determined or to be announced, but there really hasn't been communications between Official Picks and Epic, but with the community and how that's going to work. Hopefully it works, but make sure you plan it out. If you have double lapping autographs, if it's bigger names, you're going to want to switch that if it's open. If you have Ewan, you're not going to be able to switch it, especially, you know, same day. If you miss it, like say if you have it opens at 10. Say if you have a noon a signing ticket and you missed it if you missed your group by 10, 15 minutes, you might be able to get in a later group. Say if he signed 12 to 1, he takes 1 to 2 off and he's back at 2 to sign more. You might be able to switch to that. But you're not going to be able to switch times and days with Ewan or any sold out, probably. Any other suggestions? I think that's it, really. I mean, you just got to plan. And I'm sorry that I keep checking my battery. It's behind me. I'll plug it in. Just make sure that you have a plan. I always have, every trip that I go on, I have an itinerary. I print it off. I have it on my phone. Have a plan A, have a plan B. If your thing is panels, the big announcements are going to be earlier in the day. And you might have overlapping autograph times or photo ops even. Is it charging? I don't know. If you don't have a sold out autograph, you'll be able to switch it. Hopefully, don't take that with a grain of salt. I'm not sure. I'm not a rep. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I have no idea if we're going to be able to switch it. I mean, we're a week out and we still know very little about the autograph hall. I know Topps even had a preview of all the images that they're going to have at tables. All we had was the pre-order and the send-in time that Official Picks had, and that ended earlier in May. So really, it's just a guessing game. Another comment. Wondering your opinion about Ewan McGregor coming to Celebration and the price of the autograph. And what do you plan to get signed from him? And also, do you think Mark Hamill will come to Celebration? So, we already went over, you know, what I'm going to get Ewan to sign earlier. 3 pieces. Obviously, so I have Attack of the Clone solo signed Ewan. I have a Revenge of the Sith solo signed. I have a Hayden and a Ewan duel. And a Natalie Hayden and Ewan trio signed. I don't have a Phantom Menace Ewan. So if they open up more Ewans, you know, now that Hayden is confirmed not coming, I might pick up another Ewan. I just don't like that Celebration logo stamp. So I'm not sure. What do I think about it? I think it's awesome. I think, you know, they just did a press in Germany, I think it was, or somewhere in Europe for the Kenobi series, and they said, you know, they never got the warm welcome from the prequels that they wanted. And they only heard the critics, so now that they're happy that, you know, the people that grew up with the prequels are now able to have their opinions, and that's great, you know. As for Price, he's a big name, a big actor, you know. He's got his own series coming. Very loved Star Wars actor. $299. It's not cheap, obviously. It's cheaper than Harrison Ford. I think $750 was Harrison Ford 3 years ago. Sylvester Stallone's doing a signing for $700. So he's cheaper than a lot of other actors. As for Star Wars actors, probably right on par. Do you think Mark Hamill will come? I wish he wasn't at Chicago because I don't think they have a good relationship with Topps. That's why Anthony did his own thing in a different hall at the convention center, his own signing, because him and Topps hadn't got along as well. But yeah, price-wise, I do think that Topps was selling Ewan McGregor autographs at Chicago for more. I do believe they were going for $329. I think when I got my Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones Ewan, I got it through Official Picks. I think he was about $250 maybe. Either that was base price or that was with shipping. So $299, I mean, you really can't beat that for, you know, type of impact that he's had in Star Wars. And, you know, Mark, I wish he was coming. He did put out a post. He's currently filming, so that might be a reason he's not able to come, but really, who knows? And that's all of the comments. So yeah, if you have comments, especially before we leave Tuesday the 24th. We're going down to the hotel that Monday night because we fly out like 5:50 or something a.m. If you have comments, I mean, shoot them in the comment section, and I'll try to answer to the best of my ability in a timely manner, especially like what to pack. If you have any questions on what to bring, like what I talked about in the beginning, Post-it note, the type of pen. Deco's the only type of pen paint pen that I've used. I know a lot of other people use different types, and they will preach that those are better. Deco, I think, are used more on Funkles. Knock on wood, so far, I haven't had an issue with Deco, so I've stuck with Deco. Sharpie, gold and silver, you can't go wrong with that Sharpie. Just try to stay away from blue and black regular Sharpie, as it'll fade quicker. But yeah, I know this is a really long video. I'll try to keep future ones shorter. Well, I think I'm gonna do like a pack with me type video. I got my Jedi outfits all stitched up and ready to go. They're hanging. I might need to do a little work on my Anakin. I think for our photo ops with Anthony, Ewan, Tamara Morrison, and Daniel Logan, we're gonna be Anakin and Padme. I mean, those are all basically. Oh, and Ian. I think I said Ian. Did I say Ian? I don't know. Those are prequel. They were all in Attack of the Clones. It's the 20th Attack of the Clones, so it'll all be fun. Photo ops usually go. Here's a tip. Photo ops go quicker. I don't know if it's really your thing. It's hi, how are ya? If you get that. 1, 2, 3, smile. click, you're on your way. You get an 8x10 printed with your ticket, and you can add on an additional 8x10, or you can get the JPEG emailed to you. They're both the same price. If you get an additional or a JPEG, they're both $15 additional on top of your ticket price. I would just get the JPEG. You know, you're getting a printed off 8x10, and if you have two different people that you want each to have an 8x10, you can just get the JPEG and print off a 8x10, 11x14, and 16x20. You can even get a 5x7 printed off. Just get the JPEG. Don't get an additional 8x10. You know, granted, you could always just get the one that they give you with the ticket and scan it and then print it off. You can get the JPEG, but if you just get the JPEG, you're gonna have the original file anyways. So just do that. That's a tip. Autographs, you might have a little more. Hi, how are you? Thanks for coming. Love your work type thing. But again, you know, they're going to try to get all these different, huge amount of people through at this small block of time. So be courteous with people. That's a tip. Be courteous. Be prepared. Don't be an extreme talker. I know a lot of people, you know, take up the time with the guests. You know, just be courteous of people. People want to see a lot of things. There's a lot to do and a lot to see at Celebration, especially with panels. But yeah, stay tuned to especially the YouTube channel here, Instagram at Mr. Star Wars BW. Have any questions? Ask below, and we'll see you in the next video.